knowledge externally acquired. And the right eye symbolizes internal knowledge, internal insight. The external eye, the internal eye. The minute you secularize, you take Allah out of something, you become one-eyed. He closes this door. So when you secularize knowledge, then you become one-eyed in knowledge. And that's what Dajjal has done to the world today. And so when Musa alayhi salam was asked, are you the most learned man in the world? He should have immediately said, praise is due to Allah. Alhamdulillah. فَوْقَ كُلِّ ذِي عِلْمٍ عَلِيمٍ. He is the most learned. He didn't say that. He said, I am indeed the most learned man in the world. That's it. That's it. So now we are given the story of Musa alayhi salam and Khidr alayhi salam in order to explain Dajjal. The most important passage in the whole Quran for introducing you to the study of the modern age and its reality is the passage of the Quran pertaining to the meeting of Musa alayhi salam and Khidr alayhi salam. For us, this is linked to Dajjal. This is the Quran in Surah Al-Kahf explaining to us the challenge of Dajjal. That Musa alayhi salam on 3 occasions is incapable of penetrating the reality of the events, and as a consequence makes judgment which is incorrect. Even if you have graduated from Al-Azhar with a PhD at Takhassus, after 12 years, you will still make mistakes, as he made mistakes, unless in those matters pertaining to Dajjal, your judgment is based not only on that which is externally acquired, but also that which is internally received. And you cannot see with the internal eye unless you have nur. Nur. Dajjal is blind in the right eye. And we also will be blind in the right eye unless we have nur with which to see. And so Surah Al-Kahf comes now with its second link to Dajjal. And that is what we did last night. Recite Surah Al-Kahf on the day of Jum'ah, and you will get nur from the samawat to the up. You know what is samawat now. And that nur will stay with you until the next Jum'ah. The Sufis give us an elaborate theory of nur. And my teacher, Maulana Rahman Ansari rahimahullah, has often spoken and even written about it. But he trained me to be very critical in my thinking. He trained me like that. And as a consequence, even though almost 40 years have passed since he died, I have still resisted teaching and writing on some subjects on which he taught and writes, using my judgment. And this is one of them. So you will not see in my writing, and you will not hear me quoting certain ahadith which he quoted, my own teacher. And no one can doubt my love for him. No one can doubt the depth I owe to him for whatever little knowledge I have. So the Sufi theory of the passage of nur to the silsila from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to Nabi Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam, and to the shuyukh, to a long line, the shajara, until it comes to the sheikh, and then from the sheikh to his murid. This theory of the passage of Nur, I don't speak about. I'm not even going to reject it. I don't need to do that. Why? Because Nabi Muhammad ﷺ has given me another one, a much simpler one, and it's based on the Sunnah. Recite Surah Al-Kahf on the day of Jum'ah, and you get the Nur. You can't be plainer than that. So we have here now links between Surah Al-Kahf and Dajjal. Because in order to deal with Dajjal, you need a Nur. He comes with shirk. And in the hadith, in the Musnad of Imam Ahmad, his shirk will be more difficult to recognize than a black ant on a black stone in the darkness of the night. في ظلمات النور. How can we see something which is so hidden, a black ant on a black stone in the darkness of the night? Answer, you need a torchlight. You need light. So it is not with classical education that you'll be able to recognize the shirk. No. It is with internal, intuitive, spiritual insight to nur from Allah. اتقوا فراسة المؤمن فإنه ينزل بنور الله. And so we can recognize the shirk of the modern political system, claiming to be sovereign, claiming to have absolute authority, claiming to be able to be supreme lawmaker, claiming to have the authority to make halal what Allah made haram, and make haram what Allah made halal. And Surah At-Tawbah tells us that's shirk. This link between Surah Al-Kahf and Dajjal is therefore established. The Nur and the passage of Musa alayhi salam and Khidr alayhi salam. But there's another one before we end this morning. At the very beginning of Surah Al-Kahf, Alhamdulillah alladhi anzala ala abdihi al-kitab wa lam yaj'al lahu 'iwaja wa lam naj'al lahu 'iwaja. Praise be to Allah who sent on his servant this book and has ordained that in this book there is no crookedness. I wonder why. Why does he make this statement? Oh, I need only 5 rands worth of intelligence, not more than that, to recognize that he is saying crookedness here, because he wants to direct my attention to the crookedness which has come to the book through the changes which they made in it. Only 5 cents worth of rand, 5 rands worth of intelligence, that's all you need. So now I have a link between Surah Al-Kahf and Dajjal, okay, the first 10 ayah. And I have a link between Dajjal now and the changes made in the book. So now I go to the changes made in the book. And when I go to the changes made in the book, meaning not the Quran, the previous scriptures, Bible, oh, now I can read the world so clearly. When last you travel with Dajjal's donkey, you notice The last thing that happens before you board the donkey is the alcohol. Huh? And the first thing you see when you get off the donkey in the other airport is the alcohol. Have you ever traveled with a donkey? Have you seen it? Yeah. So now we go to the book. And guess what they did? They said that he, the Prophet, وَنَعُوذُ بِاللَّهِ مِنْ هَذَا, that he drank like an American college student, they call it binge drinking, until you are stone drunk. A prophet? His daughters did it. Oh, that's worse. They got their father stone drunk. And when they got him stone drunk, وَنَعُوذُ بِاللَّهِ مِنْ هَذَا, the first daughter slept with him to become pregnant. And when she became pregnant, then the second daughter slept with him to become pregnant. It's there in the Bible. So incest is what they wrote into the Bible with their own hands. And alcohol, consumption of alcohol in this way, is written in the Bible with their own hands. It's a lie. So they pay the price for it. So Dajjal attacks now. And he attacks with alcohol. And he attacks with incest. And so you see, they planted an evil seed. And Allah in His wisdom ensures that history will not end until that evil seed grows into an evil tree, and there is no one who can cut it down. This is how to read the scripture and read the world around us. So incest is not here by accident. We know it's going to grow more and more. And alcoholism and drug addiction is not here by accident. It's going to grow more and more. They changed the word of Allah when they said that it is haram for an Israelite to lend money on interest to another Israelite. It's still there in the Bible up to now. Still there. Come on, Rabbi, tell me why is a Jew not allowed to lend on interest to another Jew? Huh? Is it because you shouldn't rip off your own brother? Come on, Rabbi, why are you so quiet? Huh? But it is permissible to lend on interest to those who are not Israelites. So it's permissible to rip off the cockroaches, al-ummiyun. Because they changed the word of Allah. And we quoted from the Quran about that. Where was it in the Quran? Masabo. That they took riba even though they were prohibited from doing so. Surah? I can't hear you. No. Where is Hasbullah? No. Okay, anybody? Surah An-Nisa. Correct. وَأَخْذِهِمُ الرِّبَا وَقَدْ نُهُوا عَنْهُ وَأَكْلِهِمْ أَمْوَالَ النَّاسِ بِالْبَاطِلِ إِلَى آخِرِ الْآيَةِ. And so, they changed the word of Allah. And as a consequence, Dajjal now attacks with that evil seed which is planted. And riba now grows into an evil tree and no one can cut it down. No. So the proliferation of riba in the world today is not by accident. It is possible for us to go to the Quran, and the Quran will explain to us why the world is inundated with riba today. Why the world is inundated with alcoholism and drug addiction today.